Good evening, y'all, on this late Sunday evening. I hope all is well. Thought I'd jump on here for a little bit. A couple things came across my feed today that I thought we should address. And one, it was just a thing that really never really got talked about during the Delphi case, and something, like I said, came across my feed, and I thought we should try to discuss it and get people's opinions and see what they have to say about it. And the other one is more or less of a safety type thing for individuals, and I just wanted to address it. Give a shout out to people in the chat: Miss Carla Palmer, Granny, Jackie, Judy, Phoenix. Good to see you, Fiend. As long as you behave yourself in my chat, dude, I have no problem with you being in here. Congratulations on your 100th video. Very informative. Honestly, I didn't even know this was my 1,000th video. Honestly, I did, because I don't keep track of numbers. I don't keep track of my subscribers or none of that. So appreciate you giving me the congrats on that, Fiend. Appreciate it. We got Wanda from Missouri, Miss Deb, true friend there. Beth, good to see you. Cody, WWE, what's going on, Cody? People are starting to slide in slowly but surely. So, didn't do much this weekend. I was going to do a live Friday night, but I had it all set up, and I've already put the notice out there that I ended up falling asleep because I'm normally in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I woke up at like 5 after and came out here, and there was nobody in the chat. And I said, well, I'll go ahead and delete it, and we'll just reschedule it for another time. And then I got in bed, and a few minutes later, I got a text from Miss Deb, where are you at? What do you mean where I'm at? I said, there wasn't nobody in the chat. So I deleted the thing. So I ended up having to stay up until about 12:30, quarter to 1, and think of something to write up for everybody explaining why I didn't have my live. So once again, I apologize for that. I'm not used to staying up that late. It's not like it was back in the early days of Delphi. We were up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning every night working on this case. But once again, exactly, Beth. It was, yeah. Look at Deb. She's over here laughing at me. But the safety part of the Delphi situation that I wanted to talk about is people trespassing on properties that they have no business being on. And I'm sure a lot of us know what we're talking about here. Mr. Brad Weber's property, Ron Logan's property. Yeah, sure, we did it back then, but there wasn't no signs up. There wasn't no purple paint anywhere. Not on Ron Logan's property, I should say, but Brad Weber had signs everywhere, no trespassing. And what concerns me is that people are going to go onto Brad Weber's property, and he's going to come out with a gun. And the reason why I say that, because Brad has done it before during the Delphi case. People came onto his property, and he had a gun in their face for trespassing. He held them there. Now, the creator was laughing and joking about it Friday night, talking about they were going to go on to Ron Logan's property, Brad Weber's property. That's all fine and dandy. I'm just trying to look out for you safety-wise. Otherwise, I can't stand you, period. Plain as day, I cannot stand you. Let me pull up what I'm talking about here. Give me just a second, guys. Give me a second. Nope, wrong one. That's the next one we're going to talk about. Nope, that ain't doing. Well, I thought I downloaded it, but I don't. Apparently, it's not here. But the other one is. We'll talk about the other. A creator went onto the Monon High Bridge yesterday. I understand that, but you guys don't understand who Brad Weber is either. He's not afraid to confront people with a weapon. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Phoenix. I don't think Brad Weber gives a shit. That's why I'm putting the word out right now. You guys need to just stay off his fucking property because I don't want to see anybody hurt. No matter what the circumstances are between us creators, whatever it is. And it's legal to go on the bridge, but when I'm trying, you're not even missing my point here, Phoenix. You're not even letting me finish here. Okay? Let me finish before you start running your mouth. Go onto the bridge, cross over the barrier. That barrier is there for a reason, for safety reasons. And this creator came up on part of the bridge after the barrier. It shows that 3 to 4 railroad ties were cut and removed from the bridge so people do not cross the bridge to go onto his property anymore. I'm not saying Brad Weber did it, but somebody did it to keep people from crossing that bridge to go on his property. Because once you step right off of that bridge at the south end, you're on Brad Weber's property. Period. And that's why I'm addressing this, because it's a safety thing. You guys don't understand Brad. Period. We do. And then listen to Miss Jinx here. Boss Mod. Fiend, you're not aware of a lot how about your educate yourself instead of talking at your backside when you don't know jack shit. That's what I'm saying, dude. You're sitting there talking before anybody can get anything out. Put the fucking beer down or whatever you're fucking drinking and just fucking listen for a minute. It doesn't make a difference. It wasn't there forever ago, dude. And how do you know? You've been out there? No. Fucking act like you know everything. You don't know shit. They cut out in my video. All right, whatever, dude. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying it's a safety fucking issue, and you go on Brad Weber's property. I feel for you. I'm just telling you. Especially this person, because he's already been in jail for trespassing once. Hi, Susie. I just don't understand. People don't care about their own health. Well, that's what I'm trying to get out here. No matter if those were cut out now or before, you should not be crossing that bridge trying to get to the south end to get on Brad Weber's property, period. You're putting yourself at danger when you're doing it. Put your beer down or whatever the fuck you're doing, Fiend, because we know you're a drunk. Clever old name. Good to see you. Well, I didn't want to have to fucking argue with nobody tonight. Come in here talking shit and I didn't even get to finish anything I got to say. Boy, that fucking drives me nuts. Right when I told him right out to fucking get-go, as long as you don't run your fucking mouth or whatever, start shit in here, you'd be good in my chat. But you want to start that shit? Man, you done got me going. What's going on, Junior? You got me fucked up. What's going on, Karen? You in the wrong fucking chat for that shit, bro. This ain't fucking the prof or none of them. No, that ain't I ain't them. Just telling you that right now. So now can I get back to my conversation or what I was getting into? The point of the matter is Well, everybody knows that, but some of these assholes don't want to fucking admit that because they fucking hate that I covered this case the way I did. And if they don't like it, too fucking bad. Get mad about shit that I was able to get my hands on and shit you guys couldn't get your hands on. People I had contact. You guys got all fucking mad and serious. That's not my fucking problem. You guys knew what the fuck you were doing. Maybe you know how to fucking get contacts and resources and shit like that too. Just like y'all thought the fucking video in the goddamn courtroom was fake of Libby's recording. But didn't fucking Michael Osbrook post out there that you guys should fucking realize it was the real fucking deal? That was one fucking smart thing that I've ever seen come out of that man's mouth. What's going on, Judy? Please, Frank. Well, I never attempted to go over on Brad Weber's property from day one that I started covering this case. I knew better because I'd already been warned. You know, the last time a couple of these damn creators did that shit, fucking ended up having to call Brad Weber himself. And yes, I do talk to Brad Weber. Anytime you guys feel like you're going to be frogging, go over on his fucking property, I'm going to fucking advise him of it. And you guys are posting this shit out there like dumbasses. That's why you guys don't get away with shit, because you guys fucking run your mouths and tell it what you're going to fucking do. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did I see Linda in here? What's her name? There she is, Miss Linda Harder. Good to see you, ma'am. Man, I was having a good day until that prick came in here talking shit. Man. Has anybody got their opinions on what took place in the video that was posted? Hold on, give me a second here. I got to do something. Another motherfucker. Do I keep it? Yeah. Give me a second, guys. See if I can get my emails and do this again. Nope, can't do it can't get my emails while I'm in here. While I'm on StreamYard. I was going to get the picture, but I can't get in there now. Hold on. No. Never mind. Forget it, Frank. All right. The next one is it's been mentioned, but it's really not been really talked about. You know how Sarah Carball says she was traveling down 300. Believe it was driving east, right? Down 300. And she passed Money and Bloody guy. Okay. Well, Sheriff Tobe Lesenby had a deposition done by Attorney Rossi. Okay. And the deposition, as far as I know, was never actually released to the public. Or you were not able to request it, I should say. Well, I do know that snippets of the actual deposition did get released on Lesenby's deposition. And it was kind of stop and think for a moment. Come on, load. What the hell? Hold on. Sorry, guys. There it is. It's about time. All right. Windows. share. What is fucking going on here? There it is. All right. It says, so in Tobe Leatherby's deposition with Brad Rosie, Leatherby states he had heard that Sarah Carball had told law enforcement that she saw the muddy, bloody guy walking behind a barn on the Mears property. As I recall, when I had a conversation with our investigators, that she had observed this individual walking in essence westbound on County Road 300 North near the Morning Heights Cemetery area there, and then walking along onto the Mears property on the north side of the road. And the last sight she may have had of him was of the individual was going behind a barn on the Mears property. Now, that's the first I have ever heard of anything of Leslie's deposition, because it's supposed to be sealed. All depositions are supposed to be sealed to where they cannot get to the public. But you know, the defense, they were releasing shit left and fucking right. All right. We'll get. I see Jinx posted something here. It says, Weber has multiple signs posted and has dealt with trespassers too many times to count. So he absolutely does have reasonable fear of not only being physically attacked, but his property being damaged. You guys, they don't understand, Brad. That's the whole point. They don't understand the man. That's why he protects himself with a weapon. They don't understand him. We experienced it. There in the courtroom with him. Got a better understanding of who Brad River really was in the courtroom. Judy Wright, a bunch of obsessed creeps that want to act like this case isn't solved and over with. I mean, I don't understand what the point of even going back over there anyway for. What's the point? What do you think you're going to accomplish? That's my point. You're not going to accomplish anything. You're not investigators. You're not trained to what they do. And neither am I. And I'm not saying I am. Yes, Deb remembers that. Yep, he sure did. And it was at nighttime. He also did it during the daytime. I believe it was with Julie Melvin and somebody else, some other lady and a guy a few years back before this incident at nighttime at the gate. Well, you know, and the point of the matter is, Jinx, I understand that whole situation, but then again, you know, I believe in karma, but I don't believe in the karma that's going to cause some serious injury to you. You know, I'm talking like jail time or somebody beating your ass or something like that. But to fall off that little area of the bridge, slip, or Brad just has had enough and he's liable to pull the fucking trigger. You never know what a person's going to do if you push them to the fucking limit like they have been. You know? But back to the situation with Sarah Carball. You know, there's a few of us in here that we've had this conversation before, and we've even done it on private like Discord and stuff like that. We've had conversations. A lot of us always thought it was possible that Richard Allen, once he passed Sarah Carball, went east into the cornfield behind the Mears property along the wood line, and walked the wood line all the way to 300 on the backside of the Harvester store where the cameras can't pick him up. We already know that he was layered up in probably 2 layers of clothes or more, and got rid of the outer layers and all that. That would be the reason why there was no blood or Abby or Libby DNA in his car. Took his shoes off, the whole works, and he went back and got them later. when everything was in the clear. We got Wisconsin Cat Mom. Good to see you, Jackie. Good to see you. Yeah, they're not I understand, chicks. They're not accomplishing anything, you know. It's like I said, they're not investigators. They've never been trained to do the things that these investigators do. So I don't know what their whole purpose was at all. You're not getting anywhere. You're just making yourselves look like fucking idiots is all you're doing. And take a bath, Noe. Yeah, it's good to see you in here, Jackie. And that shit you pulled at the Offers Tavern the other night, you're just trying to fucking antagonize. It's all you were trying to fucking do. We knew who was in the background sitting there talking to her friends. That's some bullshit right there. And if I would have known who owns the tavern, I'd have been calling him and asking him to put a fucking no trespass on your ass for that shit. Going in there and fucking trying to antagonize her. Fucking ridiculous. But that's fucking childish, dude. And then you're claiming that you lost your wallet that had your green card in it. And why in the fuck would you be doing some stupid shit you're fucking doing the following day and on a Saturday? Going and trespassing without your fucking ID. That's real fucking smart. You're just asking to go back to fucking jail, dude. You're never going to fucking learn. I can't believe they didn't deport your ass when you got out of fucking prison in Texas, dude. You don't use your fucking brain. You just don't use your fucking brain, Noe. Nobody would have a fucking problem with you if you use your fucking brain because we know you got one. And then you got all these people that are backing you, and they're not even fucking concerned. They could care less what happens to you. They say they do, but they don't in the long run, dude. I'm just trying to tell you right now. You'd be 2 sheets in the wind, and you wouldn't be thought of a week later. Yeah, it depends on what kind of karma you're talking about, people, because my version of karma is not somebody's life being taken. That's not my karma. You know, I don't wish that upon nobody, period. But I don't know, man. This is some crazy shit that he's fucking doing now. I'm just like, dude, didn't you learn when you were sitting in jail for 6 months? When you're back on the fucking dope again, dude? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, Ron Logan used to fucking come out with a fucking shotgun when people were trespassing his fucking property very beginning of the case. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Deb. He's either playing fucking games, you know, and trying to get people to feel sorry for him, fucking claiming he lost his fucking green card and he's on the run from ICE. Nobody even said anything about calling ICE on him. And this dude, I mean, he just comes up with crazy shit. I'm saying where the boards were cut out, Fiend, there's not even a foot there to walk on the edge there. I would not chance that. Nobody should chance that, period. I went out on it one time to the one spot. There was one tie missing, and I turned around and got right off of it. Nope. Yeah, you don't encourage people to walk across the bridge, dude. It's unsafe. That just don't make no. You're another one. You don't make no fucking sense, dude. What's going on, Eli? What's up, homie? Oh, Tammy Solomon. She finally made it. Hey, if you guys could do me a favor and hit that like and share this video, and there's a gift button down there at the bottom of the chat. Hit that sucker up for me, guys. But back to the Sarah Carball situation on Tobe Lesenby's. You got fiends getting me distracted with this fucking shit with the bridge now after I'm done with it. Man, time him out. Somebody time him out so I can continue because I can't stand him popping up in my chat. Just put him out. Thank you. Somebody put him out. Back to the Sarah Carball. And that, I mean, like I said, there's quite a few of us that have always talked about the situation on how Rick Ellen got away and nobody's seen him. And I always believe he went behind the Mears property along that wood line near the and walked that wood line for where he wasn't being seen by the hardware store, and just robed whatever clothes he on the outer, even including his shoes, and walked back to the car and got out of there without being seen. Thank you. Somebody get rid of that fucking dude, man. You know, I gave you a chance right at the beginning and told you don't come in here talking that stupid shit in here, dude, and you did it anyway. Come in here with that fucking alcohol syndrome, and talking, bumping them gums. And I hate that shit. And I seen somebody that, excuse me. And Junior Johnson, thank you for the $2 super sticker. It's greatly appreciated, guy. Here, I'm going to put the link in the chat. Because I hate being here by myself sometimes. I like my people's being up here. Prof, you're a lurking loser. It's not about the guilt. There was just something that came across my feed today. And then, yeah, the situation with the bridge photo. Yeah, it don't make any sense. What they're trying, like we were saying, YouTube, bad actors, why would they want to go and try to get on Brad Wepper's property again? What is the fucking point? You're not investigators. You don't have the schooling, so you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know? We keep getting back to this fucking bridge thing. God dog it. Oh, the link's in the chat if anybody wants to come up on panel. What did I do with it? Where's that? I have my glasses on. Did I put it in there, guys? Uh-oh. Got that shit started. Oh, boy. God damn. I take that back. I'm sorry, Miss Deb, for saying that. Boy, she'll yell at me for that one. Anybody want to? I don't know what I do with the link. Hold on. I'll be paste. Now, if you come into this link, you've got to have a photo of yourself because I said I know she's gonna get mad at me for that one. Device nope, you're not coming in here, Fiend. I told you no, dude. The fuck is he still doing in my chat? Banned from studio. Bye, Fiend. You ain't fucking with me tonight. I was just going to reprimand. Yeah, that's why I said that, Miss Deb. I said, "Oh, excuse me, sorry, Miss Deb. She's going to yell at me for that one." Let's see. Some people don't know what they are doing in the world. They are not smart. Profs, don't be a creepy finger chester molester. Oh, Lord. But like I was saying, let's get back to Bloody Muddy Guy and Sarah Carball that was discussed in Tobe Lesenby's deposition. She said she saw him walking west on 300, but was he on the north side of the road, or was he on the south side of the road? Is what I want to know. And then she said she saw him walking behind a barn on the Mears property. Now, how in the hell is that possible if you're driving east and he's walking west? Did you see it in the rear view mirror, or what is it? Oh, here we go. Boy, fiends, girls have a spotlight of your backside if you need attention that bad. Pudding pop. Oh, Lord. Jinx is on one tonight. Lord. Oh, did I see Miss Rescue in here too? Hey, Rescue. Good to see you. Oh, there's Heather's Mirror. She's here. Good to see you. Hey. That was what was that? That's the question, north or south side. Yeah. Was he on the north or the south side of 300? Because I don't remember ever her saying which side of the road he was on. All she said is she passed him, and because I remember when she testified, she said it's not like I can stick my arm outside the fucking car and measure him with my arm. I said, damn, girl. I said, she was going at Baldwin in the courtroom. It was so hilarious. Got off the stand and said, wanted to demonstrate shit. I was like, oh, this girl's crazy. Sorry, I'm drinking a lot of water, guys. But that's what I need to know, because there's a lot of us, like I said, that have always believed that he went along into those woods up there on the north side of 300, walked through that field to the wood line. Because you can clearly see in the photo of him on the bridge, he's layered up. So, just my opinion is that he stripped down the clothes, the outer layers, left them there, got to the car, which would be the reason why you wouldn't find no DNA of Abby or Libby in the car, no blood of whatsoever. And he got home, laid on that couch until Kathy got home. What was it, about 5:30? Questioned him about wanting to go to the trails to try to search, and he said, nope, we're not getting involved. And then he went back to the scene of where his clothes were and got them and got rid of them. Now, that wouldn't be me. You would have to think it's Gibbo Frank. You would have to thank him, because he was the one talking about, all I did was just made a call to the commander who's in charge of the case and try to get some information out of him, which I didn't have any luck because everything's against the vest right now. Yeah, Gibbo, it's his case. I was just trying to get some inside knowledge of the case from the commander, and they're not giving up shit on that case. So I was just helping him out. Scott, Dad. Why do you have two charges? I know. Thank you very much. Got it wrong. Yeah, still, they don't want to call it a cold case. That's the thing. They don't want to call it a cold case, but by the New Jersey Judicial, I can't remember the complete name of it, but they consider it a cold case after 5 years. I have no clue who that was. Yeah, good point. Didn't even make it to trial, dumbass. That's what you guys don't understand. When you guys don't understand why cases are dismissed. Cases are dismissed because there's no evidence. That's what I don't understand about your judicial system. So give me your guys' it is seriously a joke, Eli. It is a fucking joke. I mean, even their own fucking people admitted the cases were fucking dismissed. That's the funny part. And they're going to sit there, but then why would they bring charges? Because that's just what they do. You guys don't understand how the judicial system works. They'll charge you without evidence, and then when they realize they don't have evidence, they dismiss the fucking charges, you idiot. These fucking idiots don't understand that shit. It's all about the fucking money. Thought they were going to get me sitting in fucking jail, and I was bonded out immediately. Because they make money, motherfuckers, sitting in jail. No, they're just mad because I was able to get in on a lot of the inside of the case, and they're just mad about it. Charges can be brought upon anyone, however, a conviction is what matters. Sorry, reading the chat, trying to keep up with everybody. Dude, we're not going there, Fiend. He put himself there. He admitted to wearing the same thing. He admitted to talking to the 3 girls. He was the only male there. And then everybody wants to talk about these idiots want to talk about, well, what about all the people that were there early in the morning? They're not concerned about those people in the morning because that's not when the fucking crime took place. They want to know talk to the people when shit went down when the girls arrived. Who was all there when the girls arrived? You guys, what kills me is they turn a blind eye to the evidence. His own words. What's that saying? When you get read your memoranda rights, anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. Isn't that what it says? Well, that's exactly what happened to dumbass Richard Allen. His own words were used against him in a court of law. Kills me. Then he admits, and then you got Attorney Aju admitting he was at the crime scene. What else do you need? His own fucking attorney fucking slipped and fucking let it all out on fucking the fuck Bob Mata, Defense Diaries. Y'all turn a blind eye to the evidence. That's what fucking kills me. All right. He's done. Ban. Delete. See, exactly. RA is a freak. He's a bridge guy. He had thoughts, urges, and acts on them. He is a sicko. Trying to tell you, he's the one they're talking about when they were questioning Keegan Klein about the conversation, who he was having the conversation with that was supposed to meet the girl at Libby out at the trails. I'm guarantee you that was fucking Richard Allen. And Keegan Klein didn't know it was him. Exactly, Junior. He didn't remain silent. That's his fucking problem. That's his problem. You know, he thought he was slick and trying to get out in front of it by fucking going talking to Dan Dillon. Well, that just bit him in the ass 7 years later. Or 5 years later, excuse me. It kills me that they want to keep going on. I mean, these channels want to keep going on with this case because they have nothing else they can do. They don't know how to do journalism. All they know is how to bait people into coming and watching them and paying money for lies. That's all they're doing. And then I keep hearing people, some of these Lulus talk about, well, they're going to bring up during the oral argument about Sarah Carball. It's not about Sarah Carball. You guys don't understand. This is about procedurals and technicalities and shit. It ain't got nothing to do with anything else. And it's like I said, Eli, you know that he can go Paw Paw Pike all the way to his mother's house. And who lives on Paw Paw Pike? I'll tell you who lives on Paw Paw Pike. Keegan Klein's cousin in the blue house, Travis Trexler. Wouldn't be surprised if it was Richard Allen that was hooking up to that Wi-Fi right there. You don't have to have the fucking code. Or at least some of the internets, you don't have to have a code. You can just hook right into their Wi-Fi. Hey, Delulus, what's going on? Good to see you. She was trying to explain about allegedly that somebody was fiddling with Libby's phone in the middle of the fucking night. And she said, and it wasn't Richard because he didn't go back. And I said, oh, my God. She just admitted he was there. And everybody tried to cover it up. Boy, I wasn't covering shit up. They were telling me, oh, you're taking that out of context. How in the hell do you take that out of context when she said that he never went back? She said it wasn't Richard. He never went back. I was like, oh, my fucking God. That was priceless, Beth. Shit, I wasn't hiding shit. I was putting out there as quick as I could. I said, see, told you. They knew it was him. They knew it was Richard the whole time. To me, these attorneys were just dragging this case out due to the fact they were getting paid by the state and they wanted to milk the fucking state as much as they can for pay. And also to get book deals and possibly other shit along with it. So they were dragging the shit out and they knew it. That's exactly what I said to Lulu. I was talking about earlier. Apparently, people, you know how some of these people were saying the audio video that was seen in the trial was fake. or it might have been altered or anything. And Michael Osberg, from my understanding, went on X or somewhere and said, guys, you guys need to realize that the audio video is real. It's legit. And that information was given to me by one of my peoples in the chat. Because they're on X. I don't deal with X. I just don't mess with it. I mean, and I know the woman attorney, or the appellate attorney, the only case that I really am familiar with her about is the David Cam case, the state trooper that was convicted of killing his family, and he got a fucking retrial 3 times and won the last one. And I think she was his attorney, if I'm correct. That's the only case I know her of. But you guys, what they don't understand, they're not looking at the numbers at all. Granny. R.A. is guilty. He knows he's guilty, and Kathy knows he's guilty. He wasn't forced to confess 60 times. He did those willingly. Exactly. Kathy knows he did it. But I think he changed his tune on it, Delulu, because I just talked to somebody about it today, and they said that they seen it on X that he told everybody you basically better just get over it because the shit's real. RA's defense team knew he was guilty, and that's why they went out with the Odinist. They just wanted to make it seem more salacious than it already was. Why didn't Baldwin or Rosie bring up Ronald Logan or Keegan Klein? Because they were allowed to. That was deemed okay in the trial hearings. Right, yeah. And they had subpoenas for them to come in and never even brought them in because they fucking knew that Keegan or Ron Logan didn't have anything to do with it. Same thing with Reese Davis. They knew that the motherfucker was talking shit in prison. They knew the shit that he was saying, and there was a bunch of cockamy. And then after what Reese said about Baldwin, talking shit about Baldwin, why in the fuck would Baldwin call him to fucking testify after that shit? She was so upset when she said to him he didn't tell her he was on the bridge. Oh, yeah. Kathy Bates for Auger. Ashu. That's exactly what they did. He was trying to confess, and from my understanding, there was a plea agreement that was offered to him, and it was denied. There was a plea. My understanding, there was a plea that was offered. And I mean, if Judge Gold would have allowed the videotape of when Richard was being held at the Cass County during the trial proceedings, and him doing the slashing motion with his hand across his throat to the guard. Oh, that right there, that's all they would have needed. Because it would have resembled what happened to the girls, to them in their brain. She was worried about his well-being because of being accused of being a child killer. Oh, that reminds me. Judge Gold, was you all aware that her daughter, Christina Gold, she is the deputy prosecuting attorney for Allen County, got suspended back in the early part of July? And I had just found this out. She got suspended from July 6th to July 10th, and the reasoning is because she was part of the sex crimes division when it comes to prosecuting, and she was not doing updates on them. They suspended her for 4 or 5 days for that. She's back on the job now, and she's also running for she's going to try to get her mom's seat because her mom's retiring at the end of the year. All right, Leslie Kingston. Frank, do you know the details of the possible plea? No. Nope. I have no clue. That's something I can't get. I mean, I can try to find out, but I'm not. I can try to find out is all I can do. Dulu, right. That's why she didn't allow the Cass County jail footage of RA threatening the guard. Yeah. I mean, if that was the case, I think that would have been all the jury needed to convict him. It shows what he did to the girls. He was willing to do to the guard if he had a chance. Nah, never on this channel. Never on this channel. But you guys didn't give me your thoughts on about what you think, how Rick Allen got away from the crime scene after Sarah Carball seen him on 300. You guys are ignoring me. You all having a good old conversation in this chat, aren't you? You guys are just ignoring me. George Clooney is Frankmeister. Oh my goodness. George, he's too good looking for me to be me. Just saying, I'm not gay or nothing like that, but he's a handsome man. He can never be me because I'm not that good looking. That's what I meant. Well, I mean, after the first time when Kathy, she hung up on him one time because she knew that the conversations were being recorded. You know, I think that's when he was pushing harder to confess after that phone call. You know, they set that whole thing up when it came to the Odin thing because he had got some of his discovery and seeing that shit in there. And they asked him about it. And that's when the little thing started is being threatened by Odinus in there. Who's this? What does that honestly believe being angry about being wrongfully held by the state means you're guilty? No, I'm not. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? What a fucking Nimrod. Never said anything about wrongfully being held. Whatever the fuck you're talking about. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Who is that? I can't even see. I don't have my glasses and I can't see the name. Just for shits and giggles, people should have really looked up the statistics of pretrial detainees nationwide and in their own little states, so they're more aware. Yeah, what's they don't understand is about this when they sent him to Westfield. That's a law in the state of Indiana. People don't agree with it, but what are we to do? I'm not in the judicial system, so I have no reason to worry about that law. I don't even know who that person is, Jinx. I've never seen them. But it happened right at a couple of years after Richard Allen got arrested. They did it to a guy in Indianapolis, the one that was getting out of the back of the transport van at the county sheriff's office, and he strangled the deputy to death with his chains. They moved him to Westfield for protection too. They sure did. It's not uncommon in the state of Indiana, believe that. Remember when you kill a cop, they do that. They move you to protective custody. Oh, I get it. I totally get it. Believe me, Breen. Is that how do you spell that? How do you pronounce that? Breen? Is that what it is? I totally understand what you're saying. Been there, done it. You know? And then in the long run, fucking cases get dismissed. That's what kills me. You get held, but I paid my bonds were paid, and they end up dismissing the fucking cases. It makes no fucking sense. Why they do that shit? It's all about the fucking money, and then when the cases are dismissed, you get your fucking bond money back. So really, they're losing out. All right, let me put this fucking link in here. Jinx is going off in here. I know she'll unload on motherfuckers in here. All right, Jinx. Give me a second. All right, there's the link. Hell no, it don't. I got yelled at again today by her. It's all right. She can do that. Nobody else does, though. Yeah, Granny, that's what I mean. There's no reason for that shit. No reason at all. That's just childish shit. That's the way I look at it. Childish. You know, I don't understand why people want these fucking 55 years old and acting like he's a fucking kid. I don't get it. You say you got issues, but God, get help with it, dude. Dan, get away from the doping shit. Because we know you're drinking again. You know, thought that jail would have helped you out, but it fucking didn't. Apparently, it didn't. That's why they say that shit's all a setup for failure. Yep, they say that shit's a setup for failure. I don't understand why people. Criminal justice system's all about money. Money, money, money. Jinx, that's why we love you and not to take your ass on the plane. Uh-oh, there she is. Oh, Lord. Let me turn my mic off when she comes on because I ain't going to get a word in. Hey, girl.
Hey.
What's up?
Okay, first of all, how about don't trespass on somebody's property, okay? You can always reach out one way or another and ask permission. You ain't got to trespass. People who are trespassing are there to obviously cause problems because that's intentional, because you knew there was a proper way to go about it, but the fuck you didn't do it, did you now? Also, people who want to go and places that they're not welcome and make sure that they get a picture of somebody who has a murdered child. Your face says it all. You knew exactly what the fuck you were doing.
Childish shit.
If that's what it takes, like, listen, if you need a fucking spotlight that bad, if you're so desperate for attention, how about you go to an AA meeting? How about you go to any kind of anonymous little, addicts meeting, okay? They'll give you your little 5 minutes for your sob-ass story of how you're a victim by your own motherfucking actions and words. They'll applaud for you, and then maybe you can feel better about yourself for about 5 seconds, okay? But you know what you need? You need to take your ass down to the river and wash yourself in the blood of Jesus, because I'm telling you, you ain't got a lick of sense in you.
It needs a bath at that.
I'm tired. Like, seriously, whatever. I'm so sorry.
You're good. Hey, I expected it to happen. That's why I said, let me turn my fucking mic off because I ain't getting a word in.
and Prof, you want to sit here and lurk, and Mustard, you know who I'm talking about. You want to sit here and lurk and then go off and make your little comments on your fucking community posts, this and that. You say more about yourself than anyone else. I mean, you're not brave enough or bold enough to come and do it to somebody's face, but you can go on your own little channel and run your mouth. By the way, freedom of speech is a First Amendment right for American citizens. That doesn't mean you're free of consequences.
Right? Right?
And that's the thing that repels these motherfuckers the most, is the fact that they run from their own consequences. They always have excuses for their excuses for their excuses and blame this person for their actions. Nobody made you do anything. You chose to do that.
Just to fucking get the...
Then shut the fuck up and get off the internet. Okay? I've had motherfuckers post my home, literal aerial photos of my home address, multiple places across multiple social media platforms. And you know what? Keep doing it. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. Yes, I live in this house in Dayton, Indiana, okay? If you got a problem with it, come to me and deal with it. But I'm telling you what, you come up here looking for problems, you're going to find one real quick. Click, click, boom.
Oh.
I don't shoot through doors, okay?
Nope.
I ain't
we know the law here.
But people want to sit here and run their mouths and then get mad when you call them out for their own actions and words. If you can't stand on your own words, then don't do it. Dirty deleting bullshit, saying one thing and then turning around, deleting it and trying to hide from it. You done shared so much silliness.
That shows the immaturity right there. That's
you have nothing to stand on, so therefore you go after somebody in the worst of ways. My deceased grandmother, first of all, I don't even fuck with that side of the family, but that was a really sweet lady. I'm sorry she passed away to cancer. But what was the point? You know?
Right.
What the fuck was the point? Again, if you need a spotlight that bad, bend over, baby. I will help you if you need it up in that keister of yours, okay? Or go to an AA meeting. Yeah. I don't know what else to tell them. Get over yourself. You're not accomplishing anything. All you're doing is being a wannabe Jerry Springer, okay? Like, stop. Just stop.
Exactly, Delulu. People are so desperate to be part of something that doesn't have anything to do with them. Exactly. Because some of these creators got a lot of attention during the case. Some of these people got jealous of it. Got real jealous of it. And then they want to start talking shit, running background checks on people and not even really understanding what's going on with.
Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. There's people who have said years ago, and thanks for reposting that, because I got that nice little screenshot of your transcript saying, that you've done background checks on everybody. You've got their phone numbers, their addresses, their parents' number. What are you going to do? I'm 42 years old. You going to call my mama? You going to call my daddy? You think that they're going to call me and tell me one way or another about shit? No, they're not.
It kills me. Had I done told you guys, the major creators that attended the that had been covering this case and even attended the trial. Nick McClellan even came and told me and Chris behind the crime door, yes, I ran background checks on you guys. So I don't know what you guys were trying to fucking, because if they had a concern with anything in my background, do you think that I'd been fucking dealing with that shit? Who's this? No, you're not coming in here, Noe. We're not fucking with you.
Oh my God, go wash your hair. That crusty ass scalp of yours. I don't know, just cut your hair. Get over it. Like, you're over 50, dude. Cut that shit. Lord have mercy.
You know, doing stupid shit on the fucking, when this case has been over for 2 years, coming up in November, you know, you're not going to accomplish anything. You're not going to change anything. Your opinion, what you're doing out there doesn't matter. That's all I'm trying to tell you. And then to risk yourself on a fucking on a bridge that's fucking over 100 years old. Actually, it's almost 200 years old, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got a private chat from somebody.
No, it's not 200 years old. Come on now.
It's 1800.
Yeah.
1890 something.
Yeah, that's not 200.
I don't know. Yeah.
Almost
150. How's that?
Okay, so I'll just minus down.
No, I don't know. I can't remember when that fucking building was. I can just tell you I closed down in 1989. That's all I can tell you. Yeah, see,
oh my
who's
God.
the Delphi dummies? Nobody's out there chasing an invisible boogeyman.
The Delphi boogeyman is spending 130 years in prison, and I hope he rots, because that's exactly what he does or deserves for snuffing out those two girls' lives. They didn't deserve that. And he can feel that he doesn't deserve his little punishment. No, you deserve worse. You're right.
Exactly. I told you the last time they trespassed on Brad Weber's property, I immediately got a hold of Brad and I got a hold of Sheriff Lesenby. Sheriff Lesenby had me send all the videos, the whole works. So I don't know if it was done when that took place or when those railroad ties were cut out of there like that.
All I'm going to say is the fact that those 4 ties were cut out makes a hell of a statement.
It does.
On Brad's part, just for the sheer fact that I don't know, and I'm not implying or anything, but whatever was done to those ties was obviously to stop people from crossing the bridge onto his property. That is the level of exasperation that man has of trespassers coming onto his property.
Exactly. You know, and Ron Logan's son doesn't live at the house over there on 300. We know that. But he does visit from time to time because he's caught people out on the property down there at the crime scene.
Too many times to count. But I'm saying, put yourselves in that position. You know, just because you're in a certain radius to an area that people are super obsessed with because, you know, it affected them in one way or another, but it doesn't have any direct correlation to them, that have come onto your property without permission. And here's the thing, if somebody got hurt on their property, they're liable. Not only that, you got to think about property damage and everything else, you know?
Yep.
So therefore, yes, I understand these people's frustration and aggravation, you know? And I know it is illegal to shoot a trespasser in the state of Indiana. However, after so many times of repeated people trespassing on your property, you have a built-up fear.
Yeah, because you don't know what their intentions are.
Exactly. You don't know.
Uh-oh. Thanks, Joe Mankus. He said, here's a top 10 down payment on your next Jack's Pizza. What did Rick Snade do for a living? He seems to be a con man looking for his next mark.
I'm going to plead the fifth.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it to myself because I don't need him running his mouth either. I just leave that man alone because I served him with a cease and desist last year. So I ain't got nothing to say about the dude.
I'm just gonna bite my tongue for once.
Yeah.
Good for you, Rip Snake. I bit my tongue for once. Put that in your book, Pudding Pup.
All right, Delulu. Thanks, Joe. Eli, sometimes I think that's why people were so disappointed to find out he was the killer. A dopey, middle-aged schlub.
And you know, let me tell you, I think it's really weird that that person popped into your chat.
Who?
Like to try and get on the stream.
Oh. Dopey?
Yeah. Well, oh, whatever he is, whatever. He's a teeter in there, I believe. I don't know. I think there's
Who the hell's this? Who's this? I heard Brad Weber gave the cut ties to that dude Paulie wanted us to beat the poop down noise leg with. Who the hell's that? Sinful Chef.
I don't know. Just block and delete. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
What the hell is that?
Why are you bringing it at Holy Walnuts? Like, what? I mean, I'm sure that would cause that person to poop down their pants. I can't disagree with that. However, wrong time, wrong place, yo. Like, no hate, but.
All right, that Mark guy, there's your answer right there about Snake.
There you go. Judy knows what's up.
Yep, she's been around a while.
CJK, hey.
Yeah, what's up, CJ? Boston, good to see you guys. Been a while.
Boston.
Hey, you guys, make sure you go down there at the bottom of the chat. You got your thing you can donate for like super chats and stuff like that. Right next to it, there's a gift button. You should get like 1,003 rubies or whatever you get it for the first time, and just send gifts. It's the new thing on here. Oh, Jinx is out. What do you mean, Delulu? I think Wild Willis has another name for what he did. Jinx just bounced the fuck out of there real quick, didn't she? Boston, the way he spoke when he was confessing was not normal behavior. No regret, no tears, no nothing, absolutely nothing. And see, I don't think he was even under any. Oh, what the? Wow. Who was that? Mark, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you. Thank you, sir. 1,000 jewels. Bar bitch. Is that what Lulu or wife Lulu calls who? I don't know who you're talking about, but as my dear uncle who had his funeral at that bar whose friends built his wooden casket on the dance floor. I'm okay. Jesus, yeah. It's past her bedtime. It's actually past mine, but I'm enjoying myself tonight. Let's see who got in here. Now, can we get back to what I was saying about Sarah Carball and Richard Allen on what route he took to get out of there to where he was not seen? Like I said, we know he was on 300. But where did he go? For some of the people that just joined the chat, a snippet of Tope Lesenby's deposition was leaked out that Bradley Rosie did on Sheriff Tope Lesenby at the time. And a little bit of a snippet. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and pull it back up. Give me just a second, guys. For some of you that had missed it. All right, give me a second. There we go. Oh. Windows. Yeah. Share. All right, it says, so in Tope Leslie's deposition with Bradley Rosie, Leslie states he had heard that Sarah Carball had told law enforcement that she saw the muddy, bloody guy walking behind a barn on the Mears property. As I recall, when I had a conversation with our investigators, that she had observed this individual walking, in essence, westbound on our County Road 300 North near the Morning Heights Cemetery, which is the cemetery right there next to Ron Logan area, and then walking along or on the Mears property on the north side of the road. And the last sight she may have had of him was blank of that individual is going to be behind a barn on the Mears property. So she's going eastbound on 300 and he's walking westbound. And the north side of 300, which would be the cornfield to the right of Richard Allen, while he's walking westbound. So if he goes to the cornfield along that wood line and strips down the outer layer of clothes he had on, because it was obvious that he had a secondary set of clothes on. You could see it. Strips it down and walks along the wood line out behind the harvester store right there at 300, or close to 300, where the camera does not see him going back to his car and he's gone, which would explain why there's no DNA of the girls in the vehicle. And then sometime later, he decides to go back and get the belongings and got rid of them. That's my theory. And I always wondered what he did with the clothes, and that's more than likely what happened, which would explain why there was no DNA in the car. Yeah, and that shit that Reese Davis was trying to say that Ron Logan said in prison, that's a bunch of shit. Good night. No, you're not coming in. How the hell? He's blocked. I don't know how the fuck he's getting in there. Man. Good night. Well, the reason why is because it's really not been talked about how he actually got out of there until this because, like I said, Tope Leslie's deposition, as far as I know, has never been released to the public, but certain pieces of it has. And it came across my feed today, and I was like, huh. And I said, that makes me want to talk about this because it really hasn't really been talked about. And so I wanted to get everybody's opinion of the way they think he got out of there, considering no DNA in the car. After what Tope Leslie said that the investigators told him that Sarah Carball had said. That was stuff that we didn't hear. Nope, he don't have nothing to do. All he wants to do is bitch, moan, and complain. I don't allow my platform to entertain that kind of shit, dude. You know, and it's just like I see why the defense was trying to get third party in because of what Nick McClellan said in court. That's the only reason why all that shit happened. Trust me. That's why the defense went with the Odinist and all that shit, that third party crap. It's because what Nick Miller Cleveland did on one of the pre-trials. Exactly. You know, I'm not trying to gain no clicks or subscribers or anything. As you can see, I'm not pushing anything. I'm not pushing super stickers, super chats, none of that shit. Just the gems. It's a game type shit. It's gifts that you get. You don't get nothing for them. It's just, you know, all I have is my fucking email rolling across the screen. You don't see my Venmo or none of that shit on there. I don't push that. I'm not trying to make money on here. You're trying to make money, go get a fucking job. No, he's not in the chat, but he was trying to get into my green room because he's blocked. Thank you, Delulu. Everybody make sure you hit that like and subscribe and share, please. You know, that, like I said, and it really bothered me that I seen that the reasoning why they cut the railroad ties out of the bridge was specifically, I can guarantee keep people from going under Brad Weber's property. Is like I told you, once you step off that bridge, you're on Brad Weber's property, and it's just too fucking dangerous because that bridge, those railroad ties are unstable as shit. You could take a step on one of them railroad ties and fall right through. You know, I believe in karma, but not that fucking kind of karma. I'd rather see your ass go to fucking jail for trespassing than to see you laid up in fucking traction in the hospital because you fell through a fucking railroad tie on an 80-foot fucking high bridge. Just saying. You ain't got no fucking brains, Noe. That just shows right there you're trying to draw attention to yourself, and it's the wrong way of doing it, bro. The way you're getting the attention you're going to get is behind fucking bars again. You keep that shit up. Thank you, Linda. To me, honestly, I don't think he cares if he goes to jail. Honestly, I don't think he does. He's basically institutionalized, if you ask me. You know, it's just crazy. Some of the shit the link these people will do to get attention. I don't get it. You know, and like I said, yeah, back in the days when we were actually going to the crime scene, but there was no signs, there was no purple paint, so it's not considered trespassing if you don't have signs with the purple paint when it came to Ron Logan's property. Now, Brad Weber was a different story back then because there were signs all over his shit, no trespassing, but people did it anyway. Once again, he's trying to be somewhere nobody wants him, and because he can't act right. Exactly. You know, if you can act right, dude, maybe fucking people will change their opinion about you. But you done proved everybody wrong over the last 4 years that you cannot do right. You always got to be trying to fucking get attention or be the center of attention where you're not wanted. And I hate to be like that, dude, but it's the truth. There ain't nothing to explain. I mean, because we know how this guy works. We know how he works. Yeah, I had him served too. He's been served. Yeah, we know you, Delulu. You like to hear the story, but he's not getting that opportunity on my platform because one thing he compulsively lies about everything that comes out of his mouth. You know, we've sat and watched him on platforms before come up with some of the cockamamie bullshit lie stories that's ever been created when it comes to Delphi and some of these people in the community. No, it looks like they were intentionally taken out. It looks like they used probably a sawzall and cut them out, and that was done intentionally. That was blatantly obvious. Sometimes when I'm out canoeing, I get in a problem in the water, and I have to walk up and onto the land to go around something. I admit I had to run from cows once that came down in the water. Keep it up, trying to keep up with the chat, you guys. I appreciate you guys coming hanging out. I can't believe we're going on 2 hours. What's this? Mark McCoy. What's going on, Mark? Went on a great motorcycle ride through Delphi today with another couple to Monticello. Beautiful ride today. I bet it was. I bet it was. Man, I haven't been up there since the trial, and I want to go to the Bacon Fest this year, if possible, so I can see everybody. Oh yeah, then he had the damn camera all up in people's faces and shit. He tried that shit with me, boy, and I barked right at his ass a couple times for that shit. I'm just saying, hold on. Sometimes I'm just saying, sometimes you do end up in someone's land. Please don't shoot. Oh, I sent the message out as soon as somebody told me they were planning to do that. I was messaging like you wouldn't believe. Yes, I believe it's August 21st. I don't know who the music act is yet. I've been trying to catch it on their website, but it keeps showing the old acts from last year. And then I got yelled at. Some girl, I don't know who she is. She was a member apparently, and she says, I didn't join your channel to hear about politics. She said, I won't be back. And I said, Toodles, I said, you forget there is true crime in politics also. It made me laugh. I don't really ride motorcycles unless it's a try. Now we're talking about motorcycle rides. Completely off topic, but that's all right. What we got going on here? Yeah, that's where I stayed, Mark, for the trial. I was up in Monticello. See all the windmills and all that shit going up there. He forbid. me to ride one, but of course I did, and it was exhilarating. I can't do it. Mm-mm. What else we got going on in here? Anything else going on in here? All right, we all want to talk about. Y'all are just chatting it up in there, aren't you? Jinx went to Kokomo to the races. No, nobody got arrested for trespassing. I'm just saying the safety issues of fucking around on that bridge and trying to go onto the south side on Brad Weber's property, and not to mention that Brad likes to fucking hold people at gunpoint. You're seeing fucking. I hope you're talking to Jesus before you decide to do that shit. Who's this? Brutally Lauren. Hey, what's up, girl? I recognize the picture. How are you? No, what I'm saying is that we all know about Noe getting arrested or served for trespass or whatever the circumstance was. He likes to do that shit. He just likes to defy the law and law enforcement. Yeah, I remember your face because I know your cousins. Me and your cousins played ball together, and your uncle Rick and all of them. Yep, I know who you are. What do we got going on, Jinx? Are you ducking? Oh, Delulu. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. I wonder antagonize any of those Delphi residents, especially after years of lying about them and saying terrible things about the families. Well, I just watched. I think it's on YouTube. It might be on YouTube. I can't remember where it was, but there was one of the residents has got a stream. I believe it's on Facebook. Who was following the whole thing, and residents do believe it was him, Richard Allen, according to her. Oh, she's got back from North Carolina. Just got back, and Dale was my uncle. Yes. Rick is my cousin, and Jason. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Dale was our baseball coach, Terry's Auto Supply at Lawrence Park when I was I think I was 11 or 12 years old. And Rick was on the team. I still have that picture. Our team picture. I still have that team picture, as a matter of fact. By the way, guys, Brutally Lauren is the cousin of some guys I grew up with in my hometown, Lawrence, Indiana, played ball with. And her uncle, Dale, was my baseball coach, or one of the coaches for the team. So everybody say hi and welcome Brutally Lauren too for me, please. We were talking about some things that came across my feed about the Delphi case, even though it's things that really weren't talked about, and a situation took place where an individual was wanting to go across the Monon High Bridge and trespass on somebody's property, and we noticed that the railroad ties were cut out, so which we basically assumed that it was done intentionally to keep from people to cross the bridge to go onto somebody's property to trespass. And the bridge is so dangerous. I'm just trying to make a point that, you know what, karma's a bitch, but I don't want something like that to happen to you. I'd rather see your ass go to jail for trespassing or somebody fucking beat your ass, whatever. But to be laid up in the hospital with traction and all that shit, don't know if you're going to live or whatever the circumstances are. I don't wish that on anybody. You know, like I said, and this is what's going on. These people just won't leave it alone. You're not going to get anything accomplished. You're not authority. You haven't been trained in anything. So you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know, I haven't either. All I do is give my opinion. That's all I do. You know, and try to inform them that the landowner has a tendency of holding people at gunpoint until authorities get there. And does he want that? Because he's already been in fucking jail for trespassing already once in another county. What's going on, Jari? You know, so, and they were talking about another situation that came across my feed, a deposition of the county sheriff with one of the defense attorneys. And it actually, the deposition hasn't been released, but snippets of it have been. And there was a discussion with the county sheriff about when he was speaking with one of the investigators. I'm talking to you, Lauren, so I can catch you up here real quick. And one of the witnesses had seen Muddy Bloody guy on 300. It's all we knew from testimony from her, but on the behind the scenes with the deposition, she says that she saw him behind the barn on one of the landowner's properties. So we're trying to figure out how she saw him on 300, walking on 300, but he's walking on behind the barn on one of the properties. So we're trying to figure out how that's possible. What's Mark jabbering about? Jinx, just the loud ring engines. Oh, they're talking cars. My goodness, they're still talking about cars. What's going on, Jari? Good to see you. Yeah. Well, I guess we're talking about racing now. Yeah, I live about 45 minutes from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And if I'm outside during time trials or whatever, I can hear the cars that far away. You believe that? You can hear the cars that far away. Because I'm in Greenwood, Indiana, and that's up in Speedway, Indiana. Oh, yeah, I'm going. Best believe I'm going to that. Hell yeah. I'm going to broadcast from there. Oh, yeah, believe that. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, good. We can get some credible reporting. That's what I mean. Over the years that I've covered with the Delphi case, I did talk with all the different news stations and who I trusted, who I didn't trust. There was only one station I really trusted, and I gave information to them, and I gave to the reporter, and then I gave information to his boss. You know, they ask for information, they'll get a hold of me. If there's something they didn't have, they'd get a hold of me and ask me if I had it, and I'd get it to them. So I'm more of an independent journalist type guy. I don't try to watch mainstream because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to give you the facts, and they're not going to give you what is really going on inside the case. It's just what it is. They try to put a spin on it, you know how they do, to try to get the clicks and the views. Yeah, they're all talking about fucking racing in here. God. Uh-oh, there he is. There's the man. Gibbo. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Yeah. Then it's at 5 o'clock in the morning there in your hometown. Who? Who's that? Oh, you're talking about, yeah, I know you're talking about. Never mind. The one that made like 10 grand on a, yeah. Yeah. She made like 10 grand on one live show one day after either the trial or one of the hearings. Yeah, she did a show, made about 10 grand in one fucking show. That fucking sickening. Fucking appellate attorney from the state of Washington or Oregon, where the hell she's from the West Coast. Yeah, it's sickening. You know, that's what these defense attorneys, I mean, they know deep down the fucking dude was guilty as shit. But they're being defense attorneys. You guys got to remember that. They knew he was guilty as shit. Why do you think Kathy and Richard's mom did not fucking testify? I know they don't have to testify against family or their spouse, because I think they knew it was him. I'm telling you, I still believe it was him that was fucking in those fucking conversations with Keegan, saying the girls were supposed to meet me at 8 in the morning. I still believe that was Richard Allen. I'm trying to tell you. Go right at Pawpaw Pike and go right by Keegan's fucking cousin's house, Travis Trexler's, to hook up to that Wi-Fi. 8 in the morning. On our way to his mommy's house. The girls were online, wanting to go to the trails because everybody was going up there. And I asked Kelsey to take her to the trails. Yeah. Oh, there is no doubt. Bree, I don't hate defense attorneys. I mean, I know they got a job to do. But, man, if you know the man's got fucking guilty, why are you going to drag the fucking case out just because you're being paid by the state and try to get recognition? I mean, come on. Because from my understanding, Andrew Baldwin was supposed to be a fucking badass. I didn't know much about fucking Rosie. Is that Randy in here? Hey, Randy, what's going on, brother? Kathy Allen would have been destroyed on the stand. It was smart not to put her up there. I agree. And the mother, too, because the mother, I don't know what the mother would have done. I just can't imagine. Green, I never have and never will. I get that they're needed, but I have zero respect for the unethical ones. I totally agree with you, Delulu. Huh? Come again? Where's this coming from? Do you think on day one of the trial, Richard Allen did a Charles Bronson, where's my trial? No. That is not what happened. He was kind of being a dick in some aspects throughout the fucking whole trial. But I can tell you this. When Dr. fucking, what's her name? What's that doctor's name? Walla got on the stand. They called her to stand. You should have seen Richard Allen. Basically, slide down in his chair, put his head down, and put his hand in his face in his hands, like, oh fuck, I'm fucked now. He sure did. The dude wasn't on no drugs then. Didn't look like it to me. I just don't think. I mean, I don't know what to say about that duo. Honestly, I don't. Because I honestly don't think Rosie wanted to go the Otis route. That's my opinion. I don't think he didn't want to go that route. I don't believe it. They kept him from, like you said earlier, Delulu, they kept him from confessing. Oh, you mean the Gold's attorneys? You mean the fucking Google attorneys? The Google lawyers? Ugh. Green beans. I can't stand green beans. But I have to eat them anyway. Let's see what Delulu's saying. Honestly, they did what they could. RA was obviously guilty. There wasn't much they could do in terms of putting on a convincing defense. I mean, they did what they had to do because honestly, like I said earlier in the program or in the show, is that I think the reason why they went the angle they fucking went is because of Nick McClellan. What he did in the pretrial hearing, standing up and saying, I believe there's other actors involved, that just opened the door for third party, the Odinism and all that shit. After they investigated it and didn't find nothing with Odinism before Richard Allen was even arrested, It's more or less the defense wanted to try to poke holes in the Odinist theory, and they couldn't get a nexus. They could not get a nexus. And people still don't understand what a nexus is, and I'm not going to go through it because they're just going to try to contradict it again. Don't make no difference. And the reason why they didn't even use that geofencing, very undependable and very not accurate. That's why they didn't use it. Who's this? Randy. I'm looking into a serial killer in Indiana and could be going to be a good life. Well, just send it my way, dude, and I'll send it out everywhere I can. Yeah, but they were trying to. What I'm saying is the defense was trying to broaden the scope of what a nexus is. Just because somebody is in the area of Delphi, you can't use that as a fucking nexus. You got to prove they were at the actual crime scene, and they can't do that. Yeah, they got unknown DNA, but it was allegedly there wasn't enough to send off to duplicate and test to see if they could get a profile for it. Because my understanding from what I was told is they didn't have enough to do that. They had enough just to know that it was a male. That's all they had, from what I was told. And I'm just going to have to go with what I was told because, it was fact. That was a fact that I was told by that side investigators. Oh, yeah, I understand what you're saying to Lulu, but they try to play stupid. They try to play stupid. It's just like, honestly, look at this shit. What the fuck they were doing? They were taking the Frank's memorandum and changing a few words around every time. Created 4 of them fuckers, and they all got denied. It had all the same shit. They were just moving paragraphs around and words around and shit. It was nothing new. I'm just makes no fucking sense. And then they want to say when Supreme Court put that memo out, the reason why they would not remove Judge Go off the bench because she did her job correctly when it came to the memorandums. They filed 1 and 2. She denied those. And then they turned around and filed 3 and 4. And by law, according to the Supreme Court, they even put it in there that if they're repetitive motions, the judge does not have to fucking answer to them if they're repetitive. But she did in August of that year. She decided to go ahead and fucking deny them, even though she didn't have to. They knew this shit. They were just trying to play the fucking system. That's what they were trying to do. Oh, you're going to have the fucking families. I'll tell you what, Mike won't fucking play. Or Cody. Best believe that. Thank you, Lulu. So, we're at the 2-hour mark. So, basically, I want to end the Delphi shit as much as possible. But, when you got fucking dumbasses like that want to fucking show their ass to draw fucking attention, then like something comes out that I have not seen when it comes to depositions, because depositions are supposed to be fucking sealed. And I don't know if the whole fucking thing were Tobes out or the defense let it out and nobody's seen it, or they're just letting snippets out of it that's given to them by the attorneys. I don't know what's going on there, but when I seen it come across my feed, that little snippet, I thought we'd need to discuss it because, like I said, nobody's really even talked about how Richard Allen got out of there without being seen, besides being on 300. So I thought it would be a good discussion. And that's why we're here tonight. Exactly, Junior. They milked it. They fucking milked this case, I mean, click the gifting button and it says at the top, but jewels don't equal money, right? Yes. Yes, they're worth a cent a piece. And they're free. You get like 1,000 free or something. Right out the gate, you get so many free, and then once you use those up, you have to start buying them yourself. But the StreamYard's giving so many out for free right now. But is there anything else anybody wants to talk about? Is there any of my mods in here? No. Give me a second. I'm going to drop Gibbo's the link in my chat because I don't have any other mods in here. Give me just a second, guys. I'm not ignoring you. Let me find him. I'm not ignoring you. Give me just a second. All right, there he is. Visit channel. Or YouTube. No, what's that? link. Back. Online. Back. Online. Back. All right, there we go. Let's give up. I'll be Frank's link, guys. Go check him out. Oh, I could eat the shit out of some olives, Lulu. I'm usually in bed right now. No problem, Frank. Told you, man, I'll try to help you as much as I can to try to promote your shit. Fuck what all them other people are saying. I don't give a fuck what they say. You come after me several times too, and it don't bother me. Oh, no. The big ones. Olives and pickles. Boy, I love the shell of some pickles. And baby sweet pickles. Oh. I don't drink, so sorry, Delulu. Yeah, Junior, it's 11 o'clock, dude. You're 7 minutes past. Laugh out loud. Who's this? Missy 6. Hey, Missy. I'm not sure I know who you are, but hello to you too. No, I'm just saying I don't drink, period, because I know a lot of those big olives are put in those fucking martinis and Bloody Marys and shit. Now, black olives is a different story. The only thing I do with black olives is eat them on my pizza or my salad. That's it. What? Well, you all just hanging out tonight for a Sunday night, aren't you? Yeah, I guess we could stay on here for a while. Why not? Why not? We done beat Cody Rhodes at the WWE and say, hey, what y'all want to talk about? Oh, really? Says, I found you by you going on Gray's channel. Well, thank you for stopping by. How are you doing? Oh, Lord, you're killing me. Oh, you're killing me, Boston. You're killing me, you're killing me, you're killing me. No, I don't do black olives and spaghetti. Yeah, I think Eli, this Aldous and fucking Gunther, this shit is getting crazy, man. Yes, I'm faithful. A lot of people don't know, but when I was married to my first wife, I did some training in that shit. You remember Bobo Brazil Jr., Eli? He trained me. Yeah. I had one match, and then I was in an interference match one time. Interfered in a match one time. But when you're married, it's hard to keep up with that shit. Oh, it's rougher than people think it is. Trust me on that one. Shit, taking them bumps ain't easy. You get suplexed. Oh my God. Couldn't walk for a week after my first week of training. Uh-oh. The Attitude Era. That was the best era, honestly. Stone Cold was the shit. back then. You know Steve Williams is not his real name. I hope you know that, Eli. Black olives. Here we go with pizza. Oh, yeesh. Yes, it does. Man, you guys are talking about wrestling. You're talking about food. And I've got the munchies. What? What Steve Austin's crowd would say, what? Hey, CJ. Stone Cold was a badass, yes, he was. Yeah, GR. Yeah. Thank you, CJ. I'm just checking you guys out in the chat. Thank you, Eli. See, these are the free coins that you guys get. You get so many, and then when you run out, then you have to start purchasing them once you run out. We hungry and we want to fight. Who wants to fight? I don't fight no more. I'm too old for that shit. And my body is all broken down. I gotta go to the appointment Tuesday for my hip and my liver. Yep, I got 2 appointments on Tuesday. No, don't worry about my liver, guys. Just the follow-up, make sure everything's good. Yeah, you know, y'all know I got the liver disease, but it's been under control for many years. It's just got to do my follow-ups every 6 months with them. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Frankmeister, let me know what they say for sciatica. I'm seeing the neurologist for that on Thursday. I need something that works. You know what they fucking tried to send me to Lulu? They sent me fucking lidocaine patches, 4% lidocaine patches, and fucking Tylenol 325 milligrams. I said, what the fuck is that going to do? I said, my fucking Advil gel caps that are 200 milligrams, I take 3 of those a day, work a lot better than any of that shit put together. Oh, God, we're talking about Ric Flair now. That's what I said. All it does is fucking numb the surface of your skin to fucking lidocaine. That's why I'm up at 6 in the morning every morning, because I only get a couple hours of sleep because of my fucking hip. That bursitis and the fucking sciatica, God. NWO for life. Uh-oh. I better shut that one down. The battery's dead. He's still talking about Stone Cold. Hey, they're pushing that Obafemi right now, bro. Eli, Obafemi They're pushing the shit out of him. But SummerSlam's next weekend, bro. Let's see what's going to happen to him with Brock. Cherry tart vitamins and magnets for pain. The fuck you mean magnets for pain, Judy? I have never heard of such a thing. That's what I'm doing. That's what they're supposed to be doing on Tuesday. That's where I'm going. They've done it before and it only lasted a week, but I was like, fuck it, I don't care. It was good enough for a week. Shit. Me some fucking relief. I'm tired of fucking having to get in the shower and let the steaming hot water just run on my hip. I don't fuck with acupuncture. Sorry, Boston. Nope. Nope. You could draw blood and give me shots, but you're not putting no fucking needles in me and letting them sit there like that. No, you're not. What the fuck you mean? What do you mean, Judy? What the fuck is a magnet supposed to do? I ain't got no metal in my hip. Not yet, at least. The way things are going, I more likely will because my mom had one, her left hip replaced. And just like my mom, she had the fucked up back, bunch of fucking surgeries. I have the cervical spine issues. I've had the surgery for it, and it fucked me up even more. Oh, Marv's in the house. What's going on, lady? Ladies and gentlemen, Beyond the Evidence, it's been a while. She's another WWE freakaholic. Eli, we were just talking about WWE and some wrestlers, Marv. But the reason I really came on here is because of what the fuck Noe was trying to do, get to the south side of the bridge and trying to be give him a safety kind of tip type shit and giving him a lecture at the same fucking time. And then, unfortunately, you know that Tobe's deposition was never released, but nidbits of it have been, and I got a piece of it, and it was something I'll send to you and let you think about what you think of it. It has to do with Sarah Carball and where she actually saw Richard Allen or Muddy Bloody Guy. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. I did that for about an hour. Now we're just here doing the shits and giggles type shit. You know, it's a platform for everybody to come here. We don't argue, no fight. We just can discuss anything in the chat. You know, we've had some assholes in earlier, but they got taken care of. Uh-oh. We'll talk about that later. Uh-oh. Prayers. Uh-oh. Sorry. Everybody send prayers to Marv for me, please. Thank you, everybody. They're coming, Marv. I'll call you tomorrow. Yeah, think positive. It says, so I will continue to not be online for Raw. Totally understandable. Totally. Totally understandable. You can just give me updates and I can pass them along. Because you got my personal information, my phone number, and all that shit. So I've got yours. For some of you that's in my chat, if you don't remember, me and Marv were partners from 2022 to the summer of 2023. For some of you that's new in the chat here, this is what Beyond the Evidence is. This is Marv. Okay, Marv. Thank you. I do too. I do too. Hanging up in the closet in the bedroom. Love you, Marv. Miss ya. And we're going that cherry tart vitamin at Walmart. What's that for? Who's this? Who is that? This, I can't see who that is. I don't recognize the name, so why are you asking me that? I can't see your picture, so I don't know who you are. I don't have my glasses on. I'm on a computer. Oh, yes. Why would you ask me that? I don't knock nobody for their political affiliation, Stephanie, whatsoever. I mean, you believe what you want to believe, and and I believe what I want to believe. I'm not going to knock you for that. This is my friend Stephanie. She's a very conservative right winger. I just don't approve of the shit that's going on. That's because it's a lot of the right wing shit that's being promoted out there right now. Yes, I've seen some of the fucking lefties fucking talking shit and still accepting money from IPAC, breaking the law like a motherfucker, But like I said, I don't vote for either of them motherfuckers. That's why I haven't voted since 2008, because there's been too much silly shit going on in our government. I've had a couple friends tell me that I should be speaking out because I'm a veteran. Man, you got me fucked up. You think you're going to get me out here and really talk about deep diving into fucking politics. I don't want to end up like Charlie Kirk. Sorry to say. Oh, damn, I can't see shit. Where's my glasses? Oh, no, I did not just do that. Drop my pipe. What is that? All right, my eyes. What did she say? Marv, what did you say? That's what I heard. What? What did you hear, Marv? Hold on. I got to go back here. Oops. No, she was wasn't she on SmackDown Friday night? Or she appeared somewhere because I say she appeared at one of the events, at the WWE events. Sorry, I had to catch up. You know that I also saw a report that they don't want Sheamus at the AEW and getting TV time. There's a lot of the wrestlers are bitching about it because they're not getting a whole lot of TV time because the roster's so stacked with talent. And they don't want Sheamus coming in there and taking anybody's TV spot, especially being fucking 50 years old. Here we go. We got politics going on here. I'm competing with wrestling, politics, and I'm trying to keep it even here. Let's see. What is this? It's definitely that, right? Right, that they want to divide us. It's the rich on both sides. You know, they all talk this bullshit about fucking Israel, these fucking Democrats, you know, but they're sitting there fucking taking money from them. The liberal fucking, the Zionist liberal lobbyists, which are Israeli lobbyists. And it fucking pisses me off. You talk all that shit, but you're fucking funneling money to them. The fucking Democrats are. And then come to find out, goddamn Ukraine fucking bombed one of Iran's goddamn tank or ships, and I'm like, oh God, here we go. You guys are all up on fucking wrestling, aren't you? Randy, good luck with that, bro. Fuck no, I wouldn't run for no president in this country. Nope. This war is all about fucking making money for people against Iran. That's why we're in the middle of it. The United States, that's what I mean. Defense contractors are fucking making billions. You know, it's all about money. It's all war is about, is fucking making money for people. Yep, she said, I'm out. Good night, Marv. What state just passed a new thing, a new law where they're going to start taxing the billionaires even more? It's West Coast. I know that. They just passed a law. Can't believe all you ladies are still in here. Frank's in here still. Eli's still in here. I've done everything. I think the only thing that it really gave me a little bit of relief is a Aleve gel cap 200 milligram capsules. Well, why would I mean shit? Why wouldn't they? I mean, why not? Oh, here comes Joe. They moved to Florida or they're living upscale New York somewhere. What do you guys think of Mandami up there in New York? Talking that shit, wanting to arrest Bibi Netanyahu, knowing he can't. Well, I ain't got no choice, man. These fucking Tylenol 325s don't even fucking hit the surface of the fucking pain we deal with, Dululu. Mandami, yeah. Yeah. I see you, Stephanie. What, Judy? Please tell me what you mean by fucking by using a magnet. I don't understand what the magnet purpose is. I understand the vitamins, but a magnet? I have never heard of such anything like this. Using magnets. You know, they're misleading everybody about what the data centers are for, all kinds of shit, you know, and if you got any common sense, you better start digging into the fuck what the data centers are really about. Divide the poor, the masses get us emotionally divided. They don't care. Trump don't care. He even admitted he didn't fucking care when they asked him about the American people. He says, I don't care about the American people right now. And if they're fucking struggling and all that shit, he fucking admitted it right on national TV. And and Stephanie questioned me about that, and I said, "What about the Biden shit?" And I wasn't really into politics back then when Biden was in office. All I know is you see a little fucking old man looking like he's walking with a cane, but he's not actually, you know, stumbling his words. That's all I saw, and I didn't pay no mind to it. You know. Oh, I got you. I got you. Thanks, Frank. Man. Boston. The problem is, Boston, is when you have bursitis, inflammation like a motherfucker all around your joint, the muscles, everything. So we use heat to loosen those muscles up to try to relieve the pressure on that bursa sac. Oh, dude, I've already been fucking shadow banned on YouTube a couple times because of the shit I've said in the video shorts that I put up and all kinds of shit. Oh, yeah. I got shadow banned on TikTok, too. They wouldn't let me do shit on fucking YouTube for a week. And I couldn't figure out why. And I realized when I saw the video was gone, I said, oh, I see. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I have never heard of that, Judy. And until he said something about the iron in your blood, which now makes sense. You see where the Obama Museum they had that they hired all those black construction crews for in Chicago. The Obamas never paid those crews, and now they're having to close their doors. Really? The judge must have done that. Yep. Damn. Just no different than fucking Donald Trump. He did the same shit. at his Taj Mahal. Didn't pay none of the fucking contractors, none of the fucking construction workers, nothing. Donald Trump did the same shit. Yeah, and I fucking voted for Obama. I wanted to give him a chance because he was the very first black person to ever be elected in this country as president. I wanted to give him a chance as a black man. You know, because the way they try to demonize black people, the way they were. He was a good man, there's no doubt, but his fucking politics were fucked up. Thank you, Eli. Sorry about that. All right. Well, guys, hell, we've been on here for 2.5 hours, and I'm starting to get sleepy. My vote, Denzel. Delulu says, I love this chili. Somebody's trying to get me to vote. I registered to vote this year. And I don't know what I want to do. Honestly, I don't. You know, I'm on the fence with. I agree with some stuff on one side, and I agree with stuff on the other side. I don't agree with stuff on one side, and I don't agree with stuff on the other side. I'm just saying, no. But otherwise, guys, it's been fucking a pleasure to be on it for the last 2.5 hours. I'm going to go through this and give some thanks out real quick. Junior Johnson for the $2 super sticker. We got Joe for the $10 super chat. We've got Mark with 1,000 joules. Delulu 6, Delulu 10, Barker 440, Delulu 10, Delulu 2, CJK 2, Eli 10, and Eli 6. Everything was greatly appreciated, man. I love you guys hanging out with me tonight, you know, because we could chill, talk about shit without arguing and fighting, you know, and it's what we need on these kind of platforms, you know. But until then, you guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm sleepy. But until next time, you know what time it is. Peace out. One love. Love you guys. Good night.